Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Leo June 7, 2022. Today, the moon moves into a rather homebody area of your solar chart for over 2 days, and you may want to either stick close to home or surround yourself with familiar spaces and faces. There can be some tension in the first half of the day, with the moon pulling you into yourself and Mars and Jupiter, in your sign, encouraging you to go your own way and keep your options open. Whether to play it safe or take a chance can be the question that leaves you in limbo, but it's temporary. It's easier to find ways to lighten your load as the day advances. Today's planetary configuration means that you can breathe a sigh of relief. You will be able to just be yourself. You can rest assured that anyone who's around you, including your loved one, will not demand anything more of you than simply time to talk nicely about things that aren't difficult, awkward, embarrassing, or humiliating. Put the kettle on and relax. Where could your intuition lead to? You may feel moodier than usual when the moon enters its domicile of Leo. Now that Luna squares your sign, you could feel emotionally displaced throughout your workday. It may be more challenging to keep a lid on your feelings, especially if something bothersome, stressful, or irritating happens. If possible, you could use the lunation to create a sacred space in your workplace. Make it feel homier. Use your space to decompress when work gets to be too nerve-wracking. Prioritizing moments of peace can make your workday easier. Friendships can sometimes be complex. It may be that you have some very strong discussions with one of your friends today. He or she helps you understand things about your group of friends that you hadn't before. Don't hesitate to talk about what you have been feeling for a long time now about this matter. This could be a great opportunity to clear up some misunderstandings. A naturally harmonious atmosphere exists between you and your private sphere. You are increasingly at the center of things and are an important person of reference, which could place extra burdens on you. You have an abundance of energy for yourself, your family and friends, and are strong, calm, and harmonious, strengthening family bonds. You can be sure that your loved ones will return your support when you need it. You have to expend twice as much energy today to get half as much done as usual, so it's a good thing you've got some to spare. It's still a good time for you to try to get stuff done. You encourage others to be as enthusiastic about life as you are. Your fresh approach, combined with a laid-back attitude, is bewitching for potential dates. Be careful when faced with choices to ask yourself how serious this person's interest is in you. A short flirtation or the start of a more serious relationship. Don't be surprised if you are scolded by someone older and wiser today. A person of authority may be stepping in to remind you that it is time to put the brakes on in some way or another. Try not to get defensive and automatically resist the important advice that you may be receiving. Your emotions could feel challenged today, and your ego may feel slighted, but try not to let this get you down in any way. This lesson in balance is important for you at this time. Don't be surprised if you cannot think of anything else but the members of your family today. Your devotion to this group of people may not be expressed as often as it could. With the presence of a vibration, you have the opportunity to say so in a number of different ways. If you have to leave the home to work, be sure to get back as soon as you can. This way you will be able to enjoy this setting a little longer than usual. At the same time that Saturn, in his early days in retrograde motion in your relationship sector, is settling in for an extended 5-month journey into the past, Mercury, who turned direct in your career sector 2 days earlier, is starting to move forward. Mercury has only been in direct motion for 4 days but moves into his final 7 days here today. This comes just as the moon is creating a lot of positive energy and insight across the income, work, and career fronts. While the moon's departure from Leo yesterday has left you more emotionally engaged, it has taken the pressure off your relationships. However, not before giving you a better sense of what you want from your relationships and what they need from you during Saturn's early days in retrograde motion in your relationship sector and as the doors open to the past. Our eyes in the sky. A day after we all felt the relief of Mercury headed direct, power player Saturn goes retrograde while paired with progressive air sign Aquarius, urging us all to do some serious introspective work related to the future. What do you want to invest in emotionally? Do the things in your life you've been focusing on lately deserve the attention you shower on them, or is karma pointing you in a new direction? Taking stock of your life can be an exhausting task, but the rewards are many. Putting your career in a reflective spotlight for the next 4 months will help you come up with long-term goals and innovative solutions to your life aspirations, which in turn will help you reach the success you've dreamed of and deserve. So, what's the main lesson of this serious, inward examining transit? Keep your head down, put in the work and be willing to expand your mind in new directions when the time is right. The cosmic weather is quiet today until the Leo moon opposes Saturn in Aquarius, generating resistance. It might be difficult to communicate without fear or guilt creeping into our consciousness. On the other hand, we might literally be prevented from expressing ourselves by virtue of authority figures standing in our way. The best course of action is to look at our situation objectively instead of allowing it to wound our pride. Yes, right now, we are stalled. How can denial serve as a teacher? What can we learn from this moment if our immediate response isn't to assign blame for our disappointment? Instead of drawing unnecessary lines in the sand that will be hard to retract later, allow yourself to feel your feelings fully so you can make sense of them in a mature fashion. Late in the afternoon, the moon squares Mercury in Taurus, stimulating self-doubt. Questioning our personal rationale creates seeds of unrest, making us moody. We might not even realize the true source of our angst at this time. We are only able to understand it in hindsight. Yet this confrontation is helpful, as it forces us to re-examine our biases and how our behaviors inform our choices. We still have about 2 weeks until Mercury exits its post-retrograde shadow, making this a perfect occasion to cover old ground and adjust how we respond to familiar triggers. The moon then falls into a void of course lasting for the rest of the day, suggesting we take this time for self-reflection.